What's with the getup? Oh, is this because we're doing like the Trappist beers? Like you're a Trappist monk? And you've taken a vow of silence. Wouldn't be the first time I've carried the show alone. You got rid of the hood.
Well, sometimes you just got to get out of the hood.
Oh, look what you did there. Hey there, and welcome once again to the Rural Juror Brewery Tour.
Well said.
Thanks. I'm Jay.
I'm Seth.
And today I'm really excited. For the longest time, I've wanted to do an episode on Trappist beers, but it took us some time to gather some. But we've got 3 great, authentic Trappist beers.
Yes, and that's a real big thing. They have to be authentic Trappist beers.
In fact, the only way that you can call it a Trappist beer is if you have that authentic Trappist logo.
That's right. There's a lot of beers out there that say they're Abbey Ales or whatever, but they're really not, some of them.
No. Well, the first one we're going to be doing is from perhaps one of the newer Abbeys. This is Tynt Meadows. It's an English Trappist ale, so England has created a Trappist ale.
Yeah, the monastery
Right.
is there, and then they created
No, it was the country of England.
Was it? Okay. I guess.
Country of England. Anyways, so this is Tynt Meadows, and I'm really excited for it. This is a Belgian double.
Yeah, but it's an English double, I guess, really.
Yes. Well, true.
An English double.
It's an English-Belgian double, and there are only a handful of authentic Trappist breweries in the world. There's one in the United States, one in England, a few throughout Europe, but I'm really excited for this heritage-based beer for tonight.
Yeah, most of them are in Belgium.
Understandably.
But there's a couple kind of, branching out.
Well
as you'd
said.
say.
Well, look at that. So much caramel color to that.
Yes.
It's very cloudy and
Very
with
cloudy.
negligible head.
Yeah, almost none.
That's what negligible means.
Yes, I know.
It means almost none.
I know.
As opposed to a monk, which is not a nun. Thank you. No?
Wow.
No, okay.
Lots of, there's caramel, there's a little bit of molasses in there, there's something also a little bit, I can't quite place it, almost like prune or raisin.
It's got a little nose of scotch to it.
It does certainly have a little bit of that too.
Like I'm getting the booziness and I'm getting a hint of smoke to that scent as well.
Yeah, the
That's
booziness
exciting.
for sure. Yeah,
Well, it's 7.5%. You're going to have some presence most likely.
you're definitely going to have that, yeah.
So rich, fruity, but also like molasses bread.
That's interesting, yeah.
Like a loaf of bread that has molasses as an ingredient. I'm getting, and then the bitter comes in much later. Kind of washes in to follow it through.
Yeah, that's really interesting. It starts really nice and malty.
Yes.
Like very, very malty. Much
Dates,
more. Yeah.
raisins.
And then, like you said, all of that kind of comes through. The bitterness really does come through at the end. It's almost like a black licorice bitterness.
I'm getting hints of licorice to it.
Yeah.
I'm getting Nova Scotia brown bread and some of the crust that you get from that flavor of bread.
Okay.
So deep, rich, thick, malty, kind of dark.
It certainly is bready. Like it has
So
a
bready.
lot of that. Yeah, that's interesting.
That is a wonderful flavor. Now that touch of booze right at the initial hit doesn't really stick around long.
No.
I think that bitterness overtakes it. I think it has a very dry finish compared to that fruity start.
It does.
But it's a complex flavor profile, and there's a lot in here.
Now, most Belgian Trappist beers, anyways, I'm not sure about this one. Usually, they fortify or they add candy sugar to the beer while it's fermenting.
Candy, like Candi, like this girl I
Like,
once knew who worked in a club.
Exactly, not with a Y on the end, but with an I.
With an I.
Like a girl, yeah. Yeah, and it's a very highly fermentable sugar.
Indeed.
And so it really bumps up the potential alcohol, and then the yeast just kind of eats through it. So, yeah.
This is a good one.
This is very much like an English ale kind of yeast. I'm not getting any of that banana or spiciness or anything like that I might get from a Belgian yeast. So I'm interested to see how that transfers.
I think that was intentionally marketed that way, though.
Yes.
They're trying to push that this is very much an English take on the Abbey Ale.
Well, yeah, absolutely. I mean, English beer drinkers are used to this kind of, the phenolics and everything else from the yeast. So this is a really great beer.
Do we know which phenolics they are? Or are they Phenolics Anonymous?
Oh, wow.
Hi there. I'm Jay. Okay, so that was a double, and we're not talking like double IPA. We're talking DUBBEL.
Yeah. Yeah.
A Belgian double.
That's right, which does not mean it has double the alcohol.
Although in this case, it was quite strong. 7.5%.
7.5, but if you think of an IPA that is maybe 6 to 6.5, it's not double the alcohol.
No, but it is double the alcohol of something that's 3.75 because math.
Yes.
What's up next?
Yes. Well, if you go in order, the triple.
Oh, except they spelled it wrong again. TRIPEL, right?
Now, a lot of people think that the triple then is going to be even more alcohol, more malty, more all of that stuff.
Well, in this case, it is more alcohol.
Yes, but not immensely. This is 8.1. The other one was 7.8 or something.
7.5. That's how I could do the quick math when I divided
didn't read
in
it.
half.
I don't remember what it was. So
I was told there wouldn't be any math. So.
It's not an enormous amount more.
No.
Now, triple is really the designations are really just designations. They're not anything to do with math or anything else.
Absolutely.
And when you look at this beer, this truly has nothing to do with the last beer.
No, the last one was all malty, and this one is
Dark
golden.
Color. This is a very goldy color. Absolutely.
And it's a little bit cloudy, but not bad. As you go to the edges, it's pretty clear. It's just that there's so much within that glass that's getting in the way of the light.
That's right. And
that head is bubbly. Like the last one, no head at all. This one, it's sticking around.
Yeah. It's just such a fresh smell, which is interesting when it's been bottle conditioned and everything else. But
there's a hint of bread dough.
There's a little bit of bread.
To this one.
There's a real brightness to it.
Almost lemony.
Yeah.
But it's subtle.
Yeah, it's almost like a lemon butter to me. It smells creamy, but yet I know that it's not going to taste creamy. It's not lemon. It's just something just sort of a little bit lemon-esque.
Oh, the mouthfeel on this. It's so bubbly on the tongue. Lots of effervescence.
Wow.
And there's a hint of creaminess to that mouthfeel too.
Yeah, this one is not a dry beer that just leaves your mouth dry. This just leaves it. I would say that it's just plain. It's not sweet. It's not dry. It's just
middle of the road.
It just is. It just ends.
This is an easy drink.
Oh, yes.
This one...
Now, at 8.1, we shouldn't make it an easy drink.
Well, at the price of these, we also shouldn't make it an easy drink.
Yeah, that's
but
true.
This one is very smooth, and it's very polished. And where the other one screamed with malt and bread and molasses and licorice and all of that, this one is far lighter. And the triple style is typically like that. You're going to get a lighter taste, a lighter color, a lighter flavor, even while the alcohol is slightly more present.
Yes, absolutely.
And I don't taste the alcohol in this whatsoever.
No. That's the really interesting thing about this. This yeast and this beer has been made for hundreds of years. Exactly the same way.
And it fascinates me that you can have a yeast culture that you have been cultivating for centuries in some cases.
Absolutely.
It's remarkable.
Well, this is one of, Rochforte, whatever you want to say.
Rochforte?
That's right. That's probably not that.
Trappistes Rochforte?
Probably not that one. Anyways, but this yeast, and this is one of the oldest breweries, oldest Abbey breweries, and so this yeast probably is hundreds of years old.
Double, triple, and now the quad.
It's actually a home run.
It's
home run.
Yes, we're hitting for the cycle. Now, notice that we didn't have a single. Typically, that's called a Potter's beer or Father's beer, but yeah, that's almost impossible to find in Ontario right now.
Yeah.
Besides, we do 3 beers.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. And our final beer for this show is from 2017 and has been aged immaculately in the Miloš cellar for the last 5 years.
Wow.
This is the Trappistes Rochforte 10. They just call it a 10.
Because it's a 10.
It's a 10 out of 10 at 11.3%.
11.3, so yeah.
Yeah. Okay, very much like the first one that we had, which was dark and multicolored, and not multicolored, malty colored.
Yeah.
Darker malts. We've got no head on this one, and it's rather cloudy.
Very cloudy. Darker brown, though, right? If we look at the two, much darker brown than the double.
But just a rich color, and it just looks so like malty and sweet. I guess I'll find out.
This just smells so much like caramel and raisins and dates.
Exactly.
Oh.
Little like rum raisin.
Rum raisin.
That's how it smells.
It smells like rum.
Not that it necessarily has the rum element of it. It's just that rich, boozy, raisin, malty, bready kind of scent.
Oh wow! This smells like rum raisins. If rum raisins were 100% better.
I actually like rum raisins.
Oh, I don't like rum raisins. But this, if rum raisins smelled like this, shit, I would love them.
Shit, you would love.
I would love them if they smelled like this. This smells amazing.
This does smell amazing. It
This-
smells sweet
this-
and rich.
you know
I'm
what?
gonna shut up.
This is
I'm
like-
gonna drink it.
I'm gonna use this as aftershave.
No, it can't
It's gonna
be
work.
worse than what you're currently not wearing. Oh, sweet and almost syrupy, but not, because it's just coating my mouth delightfully. Raisin, date, currant.
Black licorice.
I don't get any licorice, and I'm
getting a
happy
little
for
bit
that.
I'm getting a little bit of black licorice just at the end with that bite of alcohol and the effervescence of the bubbles and stuff.
But I'm not getting a bite of alcohol either.
Just
Don't do that to me, it intimidates.
Okay, sorry. Just a little tiny bit. Just a little bit.
What a rich, potent drink. I'm certain I would struggle to drink a bottle of this and appreciate the
Yes.
whole thing, because there's a lot here.
Well, that's the great thing about these beers. A lot of people, they won't buy these beers because they feel a little bit intimidated. They have no idea what they are. These are special beers. These are beers to share with friends or, co-hosts. And but, you should pick one up. You should pick one up and you should try them out.
What you should do is you should buy them and then show them to someone you want to be your friend. Because you probably don't have someone who will be, especially if you know me. And then you can have the opportunity to say to them, I have bought these delightful beverages. I wish to share them with somebody and call them friend while I'm sharing them.
Yeah.
No
And then-
obligation thereafter.
And then you can, put them side by side by side, just like this.
I don't recommend a flight of Trappist beer.
Um,
I would shy
a
away
few
from that
people.
myself.
if there's a few people, that would be
Yes,
okay.
I guess. But this is an incredible flavor profile.
Oh,
This is a wonderful beer, creamy, sweet, thick, but not thick, full of date, raisin, a little bright fruitiness to it too.
this is a seriously complex beer. What an amazing time tonight, going through all of the different Trappist beers, the different styles.
And to have one from England that has such a different character profile, those two from Belgium, so we could see, okay, these are the originals, these are the most authentic, not that the English one isn't. Let's see how this triple compares to this quad, and just experience the different flavors, and they are remarkable beers.
Unbelievable. So much fun.
So good to have those, and I didn't make a single monk joke the whole time.
No, thank goodness.
Wrap it up.
Thanks so much for watching the Rural Juror Brewery Tour.
Well said.
Thank you.
I'm Jay.
I'm Seth.
Apparently we're not friends.
We are.
Check us out next time when we try some more beers that are not Trappist.
Yes, but they should be.
Oh, wonderful beers.
Great beers.
Go to the website, ruraljurorbrewerytour.com. There's the finger. And did you see it go up after
I
that?
did.
It was good.
It's really amazing. It's magic.
See the blog, donate to the Patreon, buy us a beer.
Buy us a beer.
You'll see
It'd be
some
great.
old episodes. Maybe see some photos of a couple of really good-looking guys, if they've changed the photos from us.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
See you next time.
Cheers.
It can be very, very similar to the beer that was made in that same monastery in Belgium 200 years ago.
Yes. Yeah.
It's truly remarkable.
It is. It's really neat, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. History. Who knew?
Everybody.
Well, not in the old days.
Well,
They didn't know what was coming.
well, they knew their history.
Yeah, but they didn't know ours.
Well, that's not history, that's future.
Yeah, that's on.
Can we get past that?
I don't think they can.
No. Let's stick with the present.
Because it's a gift.
Oh my gosh. Live, love, laugh, dude. Guy goes up to a monastery. He's starving. Goes and knocks on the door because he knows that all these monks are super friendly. They'll help out wandering travelers.
They're nice people.
Apparently they are. He walks up and he knocks, and it's not one of those silent monasteries. These guys
Okay.
can talk, and he says, "I'm sorry, I'm starving to death. Could you please feed me?" And they invite him in, and they sit him down, and they say, you know, it's fish and chips night. So they come on in, they sit him down, he has a plate of fish and chips. He's like, this is incredible. They said to him, do you want some more? He's like, yeah, it's another plate of fish and chips. Scarfs that one down. And they're like, you really enjoying this? This is the greatest food I've ever had. And they're like, want some more? Sure. Has thirds of the fish and chips. It was wonderful. So he finally says, this is literally the greatest meal I've had in my life. I must give my compliments to the chef. So the monks say, well, it's just through there, go to the kitchen. Goes into the kitchen, and there's a monk back there, and he's just cleaning up. And he says to him, excuse me, are you the fish fryer? And he looks at him and says, no, I'm sorry. I'm the chip monk.